Hello and welcome to TA for Traders. It's Wednesday the 20th of September. I'm Nigel Croft. In this video we'll be looking at two UK stocks and two US stocks. In the UK we'll start with Kingfisher, which has come out with figures today and has bounced. We'll then look at another retailer, but this time on an online retailer, Asos, which has got the code ASC, and we'll view the technicals there. We'll then look at two US stocks. Both of them have actually announced secondary offerings this week. Acceleron Pharma, which is the code XLRN. And then we'll look at Liberty Media Formula 1, which has got the code FWONK, and we'll assess the technicals. Liberty Media having a secondary of a large one, about $678 million, which represents 9.5% of the company. And Acceleron are having a $150 million secondary offering. Let's look at those charts. Okay, sorry about that. Pressed the wrong button, but we're here. This is Kingfisher. It's come out with figures today. This is the daily chart, and you can see that we've had a great bounce on the figures. Maybe some rumours circulated yesterday because the shares have been up for a couple of days before the figures, but a big bounce today. What can we see? Well, it's bounced through the resistance of the 20-50 day, nearly getting up to the 200. RSI obviously spiked higher, starting to get slightly overbought, but a buy signal coming out of the MACD. So all a bit mixed. We've broken the downtrend, looks good. I would expect an immediate move up, probably above this 200, which is at 323. Expect a move above there. Perhaps we can understand more looking at the weekly. Here you can see that we were bouncing from a year's low through that 20 week, maybe above that 200 day at 323. We may even get up to the 50 day, which is at just below 330, 329.19. However, above there you can see that there's a solid band of resistance. You would expect that to hold any further advance. So maybe a move up to 330 and then a drift. That would be the best to be expected. This share isn't going to really have the momentum to get any higher than that, I would say. And looking at the 4 hour, well, this just shows the break of the downtrend. These moving averages are moving around nicely now. The 20 will cross the 50, if not tomorrow, on Friday. The 200 days also moving around. Keep an eye on this 4 hour to see when the 50 and 20 cross the 200, whether that 200 is moving down or up. That could give some indication of how far the rally will go. But as I said, I do expect some kind of resistance, 323 to the 330 level. Moving on to Asos. This share was in a solid uptrend through last year. That's been broken. We had this long elongated flag, this consolidation. This has allowed the 200 day moving average to catch up, which is good, and it's good that it wants to stay above the 200 day. We did close below it just on a couple of days, but it's back above. The moving averages are all together. If we can get above 6,000, that could break this downtrend of the flag, which would be positive. Potential double bottom here on the RSI, which was also good. Also a non-confirmation. The low of the 15th of September was on the RSI above the low on the 8th of September. So we have this double bottom, which is good. Non-confirmation. That could maybe give the push up. Really, I'd want to see this share get above the, hold above the 20 and the 50, get above £58, and then we'll £5.80, sorry, and then we'll see where we move from there. Looking at the weekly, here you can see I've left the trend line on that I was watching last year. I did use that for my own investment purposes, and when I was in this share for quite a time, and was using that as my get out, and when we broke down, I did then move out of the shares. Now I'm potentially thinking of moving back in. I'm liking that non-confirmation on the daily. I'm also liking that here we're finding support from that rising 50-day moving average. Although on this weekly there's little sign of momentum at the moment. The RSI is still moving down, just above the 50.23, but the MACD also are rolling down. On the 4-hour picture, here you can see we're above the 20 and the 50, which is good. Let the 20 catch up a bit. The 50 should roll. I don't think we're not going to get a golden cross there. And you can see there's resistance about the 59 to 60 level. Again, the RSI looking okay, back above 50, 56.32, and again a non-confirmation on that RSI. The MACD also has just flagged a buy as the short has moved above the longer term. On to the American stocks we're covering today, and Acceleron Pharma, which is the code XLRN, announced a secondary that will hit the shares over the next couple of days as those shares are being sold, so expect to drift off. However, the picture does look okay. Moving averages are all moving up solidly and will give support. The RSI is drifting but still in a slight uptrend, 62.21, and also the MACD just starting to roll, so keep your eye on that. If we do get a bit of a sell-off today as trading starts after the announcement of the secondary, and we get the short move below the longer on the MACD, be aware. So that could indicate that we are going to come back and test the support at 37.61, which is the 20-day moving average. On the weekly, you can see that we're at upper boundary of a trading channel. This has caused resistance previously, and it goes up to 42.50. Held the market in September 16, and then in November 16, so be aware of that, and also obviously back here in 2015 as well, in March 2015. So be aware that we are towards the upper boundary of this channel, and we would need to break higher to maintain that upside, and there's a lot of resistance levels to counter before then. On the 4-hour, we've pulled back to the 20 average. I don't think that will hold today. The next support is at 38, then at 37. You can see the drift off on the RSI, still above 50 at 56.64, but we did have a non-confirmation there, so be aware there's some warning signs. Likewise, there's warning signs coming out on the MACD as the short moves below the longer term. Okay, finally moving on to Liberty Media Formula 1, code FWONK. Again, we expect some consolidation today after the announcement of the secondary. This could see the shares pull back towards the 36 level. We have got immediate support from the 20-day, but I would expect that not to hold today, so we'll be below, but it will keep moving up, that 20-day, so will be relevant. Here we've had a slight non-confirmation on the RSI, but it's above 50, 55 spot 2-3, and the MACD are flashing a sell signal as well. Pull back to 37, let the 50-day catch up, and then let's see on this Liberty Media. And again, on the weekly, you can see we're slightly overextended. Continue a consolidation, let the 20-week catch up, and then we can see if we get the flag, and then another break to the upside. RSI 64.77, bubbling along at the top levels. MACD still okay. On to the 4 hour. Here you can see the breakdown we had at the close last night. Expects it to continue. The 50 days 37.67. It was very good that we got the move from all those moving averages back on the 18th of August to get the break up. Let the moving averages all catch up again. I think that's the key motto to this Liberty Media. RSI definitely in a downtrend, back below 50, so be aware of that. And MACD as well, trending downwards. So that's been TA for Traders. We cracked through very quickly, I know, but I hope you got the key information. Kingfisher, we don't really expect the rally to go much further. Asos starting to look interesting. Keep your eye on that. Maybe worth just wait and it looks like a buy. That's what I was wanting to say. But you need go back and look at the video. There are some key signs that we need to wait for. When they happen, it's the buying point. But it's been a great share, and when it goes on in a trend, it stays in the trend. So Asos is one where there's good money to be made. And then in the US, we looked at Liberty Media, Formula One, and Acceleron Pharma, both having secondaries. We expect consolidation in both. And both we expect the consolidation to continue really as they Acceleron's into resistance levels at the top of a boundary, upper range of a trading range boundary, and in Liberty Media expect those moving averages to catch up. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I love seeing those subscription numbers go up. And please remember, these videos are for information only and are my opinion, and they're not an investment recommendation.